French police officers slashed inflatable boats used by migrants attempting to cross the Channel for the first time, marking a shift in tactics backed by Home Secretary Yvette Cooper. Officers waded into the sea off a beach near Boulogne-sur-Mer on Friday, armed with knives to puncture dinghies in shallow waters close enough for the migrants to return to shore safely. Dozens of migrants, including women and children, were forced to abandon their attempt to reach the UK when their boat began to deflate and sink. Ms. Cooper described the move as a different and welcome strategy, part of wider plans for French border police and gendarmes to begin intervening in waters up to 300 meters from the coast to prevent boats from departing. The new strategy is expected to be formally unveiled at the upcoming UK-France summit next week, when President Emmanuel Macron makes a 3-day state visit to Britain. The development comes as a record number of migrants have arrived in the UK this year so far, 20,422, nearly 50% higher than last year, and the highest number in the first 6 months of any year since Channel crossings began in 2018. Around 5,170 arrived in June alone. Ms. Cooper is currently in talks with French officials about increasing patrols and deploying officers to intercept smuggler-operated boats, not only in shallow coastal waters, but also along rivers and inland waterways where migrants are picked up. "I've discussed with the French Interior Minister the importance of taking action in French waters," said Ms. Cooper. She added, "This is exactly what we need to stop the boat crossings. This year we've seen criminal gangs exploiting the fact that, for far too long, French rules prevented interventions in their own waters. The French Interior Minister is determined to change these rules. He's working hard to make it happen, and I'm working closely with him on this. We believe there's a wider range of interventions that can be used. Our Small Boats Operations Command has worked closely with the French authorities on these options. This work is ongoing, but as Home Secretaries, both the French Minister and I are pushing to make this happen as soon and as widely as possible." Downing Street has also welcomed France's tougher stance, viewing it as a reflection of Sir Keir Starmer's efforts to reset relations with the European Union. A spokesperson for the Prime Minister's office said, "No government has managed to achieve this level of cooperation with the French before. This is important. We're looking forward to seeing France change its maritime tactics, and that's down to the Prime Minister's work to reset our European relationships." The spokesperson said the new tactic, alongside other measures, could make a real difference in undermining the methods used by these criminal gangs. There has been growing frustration over what has been seen as French inaction, with fewer than 40% of migrant boats stopped so far this year, the lowest rate on record, despite a £480 million 3-year UK-France deal to tackle the crossings. Until now, French authorities had refused to intervene in the water, citing maritime laws that prohibit actions which could endanger lives at sea. However, French ministers have now authorised the move, claiming it remains within respect of the law of the sea. Ms. Cooper also said that any migrant who arrives on a boat where a death has occurred should face prosecution. "It's horrifying to see children being crushed to death on overcrowded boats, and yet those vessels still make it to the UK. We want to strengthen the law so that endangering lives at sea becomes a criminal offence, and perpetrators can be prosecuted," she said. "Frankly, I want to see everyone who arrives on a boat where a child has died brought to justice, either here or in France." Labour's new Borders Bill, currently before Parliament, would create a new offence, making it illegal for migrants to refuse rescue at sea, anywhere in the English Channel, or to use physical assault, threats or coercive behaviour to overload vessels. Those convicted could face up to 5 years in prison. Ms. Cooper told the BBC that increasing overcrowding on boats was one of the main reasons for the rise in arrivals this year. Earlier, speaking to LBC, the Home Secretary refused 3 times to say whether the number of Channel crossings would be lower by this time next year. She simply stated that she hoped so and that the government was taking steps to bring numbers down. "We want to make it clear that our videos do not contain any kind of misinformation. Our only goal is to deliver true and verified news to you. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the UK Brief channel."